Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. And today we're going to have a really nice practice, and I hope a stretchy one as well as a core intensive one. So today, I'm sitting on a blanket. So if you got tight hips, you might like that. Also comes in handy for knee cushion if you're into that. And I've got a stretchy band today, so I'm going to use this primarily to stretch with. When we take leg circles and hamstring stretches, that's where we're really going to use it. We may use it at some point for a shoulder stretch as well, but I've got my band for that. And then if you're someone that benefits from a little bit of support in the lumbar spine, that low back, then you can always have a little bit of a folded towel. This is the contact mat that you can get for your kitchen cabinet that I've just rolled up and folded in here. You can use that. Otherwise, you don't need anything else today. So let's start in a nice tall seat. Ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment as best as you can. And I want you to draw up and in here. So what I mean by that is think of the sensation. If you got your favorite pair of jeans out of the dryer and they're a little tight, you've got to kind of suck up and in, to get the zipper and everything done. That, or if you're old enough to remember what a corset is, and think about that wrapping around, that holding in, that sensation. But you don't want it to be so tight and so severe that you cannot sit and breathe comfortably. We still want to be able to breathe, and we still want to be able to sit with relative comfort. So as you inhale, you want a nice expansion of the rib cage. And then as you exhale, maybe a little bit more toning in that belly and maybe a pursing of the lips here. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take that again. Big inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's go into some neck stretches. We'll take the chin to the chest. And I'm just letting gravity give me my stretch down the back of the neck. You still want that nice breath pattern. And inhale. Exhale, we'll come back up. Good. We're going to take the left ear to the left shoulder. And maybe taking this right shoulder back just a little tiny bit. And coming up, right ear, right shoulder. Taking the left shoulder back just a teeny tiny bit. And then when it's ready, we'll come back up. Good. Keeping your chest and your shoulders forward. Look to the left. Take your right shoulder back just a little bit. And center. And we'll look to the right. Taking the left shoulder back just a little bit. And then coming back to center. Roll that out. Let's take that into some side bends. So I'm going to take my big inhale, arms up, exhale. I'm going to side bend to the left, keeping my right hip bone grounded. And I'm reaching this top arm nice and long by the ear. Be mindful if you've got this forward collapse here, if you can open that up. And then from here, you're welcome to stay. You can side bend deeper, or maybe you want to open it up towards the back. And then coming back to the side, moving back center, going right into the other side, reaching over, nice long top arm, shoulders and hips in alignment, breathing. And then once you're ready, you can stay here. You can side bend deeper. Oh, that's a wonderful stretch for me today. Stay in there, or you can take it towards the back. And then coming back to center and moving back to center where we started. Let's take that into a twist. So I'm going to take my arms up, rotating to the left, arms down, rolling shoulders back, maybe looking behind you. Breathing and expanding. And then coming up, coming back center, rotating. Arms will come down, Rolling shoulders back, looking more behind you. And we'll lift up and come back to center. Good. Get a little bit of a wrist roll maybe, rolling the shoulders around. And if you want a little bit of a stretch, like right through here, I would not do this if you've got, a lot of carpal tunnel, maybe some arthritis or osteo in here. But if it's safe for you, you can take your hands just like this. And this may be all you need just to feel the stretch. And you might have to do different degrees, of that rotation. And if I lean forward, I get a little bit of a deeper stretch there for me. Stretching is okay. Pain, numbness, tingling, burning or not. So if you feel those, you want to back off. And then we don't want to hold that one too long, and we will shake that out. Let's come to all fours. So I am going to use the knee cushion today. Good. Now, if you've got a wrist issue, what we're getting ready to do with the cat cows, you can do on your forearms. If you've got yoga blocks, you can also put your forearms on those as well. But knees are going to come about hip width apart. They can be slightly wider if you've got a cranky low back. Tops of the feet are down. I'm going to have my feet behind my knees, so I don't want them touching here. So I'm going to press away from the floor. Shoulders are over or slightly behind the wrist. I'm pressing into the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb. My belly button is in. Inhale, I'm going to take that chest forward, tipping that pelvis back. Exhale, I'm going to round, looking towards the thigh. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Good. And inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Good. Let's take this into a thread the needle. So I'm going to take my left arm out to the side. I'm going to thread it behind my right, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to be on the shoulder. And I don't want my ear to be on the floor like this. I want it to be nice and lifted. And I'm going to use this hand to help support myself here. Because I want a nice long line from the top of the head to the tailbone. And I don't have that long line if I'm pressing my ear into the floor. My belly button is in. And then from here, pressing through that right hand, I'm going to come back up. And then we'll take that to the other side. The right arm up, thread it behind the left. Good. Just the top of the head, not the ear. Use your left hand and shoulder to help you, to support. I am barely touching my head to the floor. Breathing and expanding. And then using my left hand and shoulder to come back up. If you need one little cat-cow here to reset, let yourself do so. Let's come to a child's pose. Knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Arms can come long in front of you or hands back by the ankles, whatever feels good. I'm just going to kind of work out my fingers and hands and wrists here for a moment. And then once you're ready, good, hands can come under the shoulders. We're going to come back up and we're going to come onto our back. So I'm going to move my blanket out of the way here. And as I come onto my back, we're going to be here for a little bit, but I want, if you're going to use a little bit of lumbar support for roll ups and roll downs, or even for some of you, if you have a tendency not to be able to hold that pelvis in place, so when we do things it rocks forward and back, having this in the low back area for support may be very helpful to you as well. So, but do have that handy. And then I'm going to come down here. And I'm just going to kind of move my shirt out of the way, taking my feet as wide as my mat. My belly button is in. And then just getting a nice little windshield wiper here. So belly button's in nice and tight to support that low back. How far you go from one side to the other depends on your own body. So you may not go as far as me. You might be a little bit more open. And then from here, I'm going to bring my feet back in line with my hips. Let's go into some pelvic tilting. in pelvic clockwork. So from here, I want my tailbone and low rib cage to be heavy and connected to the floor. You may or may not have a little space at that low back, depending on how you are. And I want to get that nice zipped up feeling here, zipping up and in, belly button is in. So you should feel this really deep below the navel if you're able. And then I'm going to take my pubic bone back towards my face. So now I'm rocking my pelvis back. I'm closing any space that may be at that low back. Very gentle. I'm trying not to squeeze the glutes or press into my feet. And then I'm going to rock that forward, creating a little bit more of an arch and space in the low back, but not so much that it causes pain. And then I'm going to take that back. So here's my posterior tilt. If I rock it forward, that's my anterior tilt. But this helps kind of warm up that low back area a little bit, but always move in your own body's range of motion. So a deep posterior tilt may not be for you if you've got osteoporosis or something like that going on. If a deep extension or back bend is not for you, a deep forward roll into that anterior tilt may not be appropriate. So always be in your own practice. Good. Now I'm going to come back to my center spot. Belly button is in. We're going to take this around in a clock. So this is very tight and connected. So if you've got a big movement in the hips, we want to tighten that up. It should look like to the naked eye that you're barely moving, but you feel yourself moving. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of get this out of the way. Okay, so from here, good. I'm going to take my pelvis into that posterior tilt. So I'm taking it back. Good. Now I'm going to take it to the left. Take it forward. Take it right. Take it back. And left, forward, right, and back. Left, forward, right, and back. Left, forward, right, and back. Pause. Take it to the right. Take it forward, to the left, and back. Right, forward, left, back. Right, forward, left, back. One more time. Right, forward, left, back. Rock forward and back. Let the head and neck rock with you, reminding you how everything's connected. Take the knees into the chest here for a short little break. Maybe wiggling side to side. And we're going to take this into toe tap. So I'm going to take my knees into tabletop. Good. And remember on the toe tap, you're keeping that nice 90-degree angle at the knee. And you're starting at a 90-degree angle at the hip. We're only going to move from the hip. So I'm not doing this. I'm doing this. Okay. And I'm going to come to a hover because it's a little bit more challenging. And we'll alternate sides. So zip up nice and tight. Good. You can have your hands behind your hips. You can have that lumbar support back there. Find what your body needs. Starting on the left from the hip. Inhale. Exhale. Other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale on the left. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now, if that's enough of a challenge, you'll do that again. Those of you that want more challenge, zip the legs together, we'll double leg tap. So from here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bring the knees in and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's take this into a dynamic twist. So I'm going to move out just a little bit here from my wall. Arms are going to come out to the side. That will help you stabilize. Knees and tabletop. So zip the legs together as best as you can. Inhale, exhale. As I go over to the left, my right hip does come up, but I'm going to pause about halfway down. And then I'm going to use my abs to come back to center. Same thing. Going halfway to the right. Pause. And exhale, center. Inhale. Pause. Come back to center. Good. Back to the right. And back to center. Now making this a little bit harder for those of you that want it. If not, stay with what we've been doing. So if I go over to the left, you can pause here or reach the legs long here. Good. Again, different transitions. It's easier to transition if you bend and come back to center. It's harder if you stay with the longer legs. Bending the knees. Take it to the right and pause. Stay here or extend. Bend and come back to center or take it back to center, nice long lever. Now, again, you want more challenge, keep the lever, or you can always come back to the tabletop and do what we just did. So from here, I'm going to go over halfway to the left. Little pause. Come back up. To the right. Little pause. And center. Good. Now, adding on again. So those of you that need to have your knees bent, this is going to be a hip circle. So you're going to zip the legs together. You're going to come to the left. And that's going to be your circle like that. And then we'll reverse. Those of you that want the challenge, legs are going to be long. So then I'm going to take you to the left, moving through center and coming back up. And we'll go again. Join in when you're ready with whatever version. 3. The lower you take the legs, the harder you make it. And 4, but not so much that you come out of your safe neutral. Reverse. 4. Woo. 3. 2. And 1. Woo. Bend in those knees. Take those knees all the way over to the left. Oh, get that nice stretch. You're looking to the right. And then once you're ready, good. One leg at a time, or using your abs to come back up. Good. We'll take that all the way over to the right. And looking to the left. Breathing and expanding. Our core is nice and warm now. So we're going to come back to center. Good. And I'm actually going to take my feet down. I'm going to go ahead and place my lumbar support right here. And some of this is trial and error. Some people are going to be a little bit lower, a little bit higher. Some people are going to be dead center. So kind of feel like you can play with that. And then you're going to choose, you can roll over to your side to come to a seat. You can have bent knees and roll up, or long legs, which is what I'm going to try here. So zipping up nice and tall, arms are right over the shoulders. We're not whipping, that's momentum, that's not core. Inhale, exhale. And come all the way up to that nice seat. Good. So that's in a good spot for me. So you can practice just the roll down here if you would like. You can do bent knees. You can hold on and come back up. You can let go. You can take the legs long. So you can come to your point of control and then come back up. Or you can go all the way back, roll over to your side, come back up to a seat and do it again. Those of you that are following me, we're going to practice the roll up here as well. So in this, the roll up and roll down, the full can also be done with bent knees if that's something that you need. So zipping up nice and tall. Good. I'm tucking the tail. I'm scooping in that belly button. I'm rolling down, bone by bone. Coming all the way back. Feel that nice stretch. Then inhale, arms come up right over the shoulders. Exhale, nod the chin. Rolling up through center. Reaching for the feet and the legs. And maybe even rolling a little bit forward. Good. Keeping that scoop. I'm going to roll right back, keeping the shoulders down. Good. Inhale. Exhale. As you roll up, look towards your feet, look for your feet. That will help. Good. You don't want to look at the ceiling on your way up, then your head's going to be hanging back in space and your neck won't like you. Okay, let's do this again. Reaching, my favorite part is the stretch. Inhale, exhale. And coming all the way forward. And then from here, once you're ready, we're going to come back on to our backs. You can do that through a roll down or whatever way that is best for you to get there. Good. So I'm going to bend my knees. Now, again, just like I said before, if you've got some instability in the pelvis and you need to have that support to help you with your hundreds and the series of 5, to keep you from rocking forward and back and side to side, leave that there. Otherwise, you can move it. Good. Speaking of the hundreds, let's take that into the hundreds. So you can be on the floor, you can be in tabletop, your legs can be up here. You can also come to a log diagonal line, wherever it is that is appropriate for you. You can be in parallel with your feet if you're going to be tabletop or beyond, or an external rotation. The external rotation, the Pilates V, will give you a little bit more inner thigh and a little bit more core connection. It's the hardest way. So once you're ready, good, big inhale. Exhale, I'm going to C-curve it up. Good. Take your legs where you're going to take them. Relax the shoulders. Start pumping the arms long and strong. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift the chest higher, reach deeper through the arms and the legs. And take that down. Woo. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. Maybe taking head and neck from side to side. We're going to take this right into the series of 5, starting with single leg stretch. From here, good, I'm going to reach and switch. 2, really reach, really pull. 3, hips don't shift. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And take that down. Legs come up. Find it again. C-curve if you're going there. Single straight leg stretch. And we pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Only pulse the leg you're grabbing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And take that down. Good. Head and neck can go side to side if you need that. Double leg stretch. Again, parallel or Pilates V. Coming back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale, and take that back down. Good. Double straight leg stretch, legs in parallel or the V. Upper body can be grounded or lifted. Good. From here, zipping up, find that zipper. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Going to 6. Here's 4. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale, taking that down. Good. You can wiggle. You can take the head and neck side to side. Crisscross is single leg stretch legs, but rotating from the torso. Hips stay grounded. Hips don't lift or rotate. This is all from the torso. Hands behind the head. Elbows out wide. Lead with the shoulder to the right. And go. And 2. And 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. and 8. And take that down. Woo. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here, side to side. If you need a little bit of a stretch from one side to the other, like my body does right now, then honor where you are and take that. While you're stretching here in the twist, go ahead and grab your band or your strap, whatever it is you're going to use. I'm going to take that to the other side now. And if you're using the band, always be mindful that there's different types of bands. There's light resistance, medium resistance, heavy resistance. So anytime you're using a band, you can do the same workout 3 times with a different type of band and get a completely different workout each time. So always adjust your band resistance according to your needs. So I'm going to start on the right side. My band is nice and flat around this foot. Good. You can grip up here like this. Some people like to wrap around. Either way is fine. This leg can be bent or extended long, and it really just kind of depends on your back. And then you choose what you're doing here. So I'm just going to gently bring this leg in, keeping a micro bend in that knee. And I'm going to change my grip a little bit here. The nice thing about a stretchy band is you can do different things with the grip without it being too harsh because it's got a little bit of give. Breathing. Breathing. Belly button stays in here for this whole series to protect that back. Left knee can bend at any time if it needs. And we will release both pieces of the band into the right hand. I'm going to move out a little bit here so I don't hit the wall. Good. And then I'm going to take my right leg out to the right, and I'm going to wiggle around and find its best spot. You can tug in towards the shoulder. This other leg can be long. My band wants to, there we go, wants to roll on me. And just kind of, play with your best spot. And your best spot yesterday may not be your best spot today. This is a great series to do. I say it all the time. I'm going to say it again because it does bear repeating. This is a great one to do in the morning before you get out of bed. It's a great one to do in bed before you go to sleep. It is a great, great stretch. Good. And we'll come back up. This whole stretch series, that is. Good. Switching out the hands. And we'll arc over. We'll wiggle around here, finding your best spot. You can move the foot around from the ankle, finding a more special spot. And you'll know it when you hit that more special spot because you're going to feel it from the hip to the heel. Then, once we're ready, we're going to take that back up. Now I'm going to leave my foot in here. I'm going to separate my bands, and I'm going to pull this down. So we're going to do just a little bit of resistance with our leg circles here. So, the more you choke up, the more resistance you're going to get. The more you come down, the less you're going to have. And then that also depends on the type of resistance in your band. So just be mindful. Long leg or a little bend in the knee. Good. And then let's take some bigger circles today with control. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 2 ways you can do these circles. You can do them the way that I'm doing them now with both hips grounded. You can also lift the hip of the leg that you're doing the circles off the floor. Good. And one more time. Good. And let's reverse. I think we did 8. Good. 7. 6. This is also core work, so nice and tight through the connection. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. From here, we will do a mid-air switcheroo. Good. So I've got my left foot in the band. Right knee can be bent or extended long. Find the grip that's appropriate for your body. on the side and find that nice stretch, keeping a micro bend in this knee. This is my tighter side. This is my stronger side. Even though I'm right-handed, you would think that would be the opposite, but not necessarily. And then when we are ready, we'll release both pieces of the band into the left hand. Both hips are going to stay grounded. So kind of just wiggle that leg out to the side, finding your best spot. And it may be and feel completely different than your right side. That's okay and normal. Breathing. And when we're ready, we're going to bring that leg up. We'll switch hands. We'll do a little arc over 45-ish degrees. So kind of wiggle around here, find your best spot. And then if you want that more special spot, move the foot around from the ankle. And again, you'll know it when you hit it. The stretch feels so good on the outer hip thigh. And then we'll come back center. Good. So we'll set up for our circles here. So find the grip that's appropriate. Try to do something similar to what you had on the other side, just so that you train a little bit more even. Belly button is in nice and tight. Good. We'll take that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And once you're back to center, we'll reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, belly button still in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And you can remove that strap. Good. From here, just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. Good. You can do a roll up. We're rolling over to your side to come to a seat. And then we're going to take this into seal, So this is a version of rolling like a ball. So if flexion in the spine is not for you, I want you to just work right here with a nice flat back on a boat. You're still working your core. For those of you that are going to follow me with seal, good. So here's my left leg. I'm going to take my arm underneath and grab. Same thing for the other side. Good. So I'm in a little bit of I'm balancing on my sits bones. And whoop, and I've got a little bit of a roundedness in the spine. So from here, for seal, we're going to clap, clap, and roll. Clap, clap, and clap, clap. Clap, 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 clap. Again, clap, 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 clap. Find a balance. Find a balance. And then when you're ready, take the feet down. Let's go into some saw. So taking the feet as wide as your mat here. Sitting up nice and tall. You can always sit up on a folded blanket here if you need that. And you can always support behind the knees with towels or blankets as well. So from here, we'll go into spine stretch forward, zipping up. Envision that you're peeling off an imaginary wall here. I'm going to nod my chin. I'm scooping in that belly button. Almost not a violence-free, friendly way, but kind of like somebody punched you here, so you're taking it in. Rounding, rounding, rounding. Once you get to your limit, good. Lengthen that spine and wreath, finding that little bit of an extension. And then tucking that tail, rounding that spine. stacking bone by bone, back up to where we started. And we'll go again, nodding that chin. Belly button is in, scooping that belly button. Rounding, rounding, round. When you're ready, good. Lengthen and find this extension. Good. We'll round. Coming back up. We'll go again 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Rounding, reaching. Once you're at your limit, lengthen and reach. And round and stack. And we'll go 1 more time. Inhale, exhale, nodding the chin, pulling that down. Good. Reach and lengthen. And round as we stack back to the seat. Good. From here, taking arms to the side. You want the shoulders and the hips to be in alignment as best as you can. Take that over and reach. Opposite hip stays grounded. Move through center. Other side. Reach. Good. Other side. Reach. And back to the right and reach. Good. Taking it into twist. Envision you've got a nice rod here. So when you twist, this arm's not coming forward. Okay. So from here, when you're ready, and we'll do this with pulses. So going to the left first. Pulse, pulse, center. Pulse, pulse, center. Nice and tall spine. Pulse, pulse, center. Pulse, pulse, center. Relax the arms. Let's take this into Saul. We're going to put those different elements together. So from here, we'll go to the left first. I'm going to rotate to the left. I'm going to round and reach, trying to saw the pinky toe off with the pinky finger. If you can't reach your foot, do what you can. And then I'm going to stack and come back up to the right, rotate, reach and round. And coming back up and rotate and reach and round. Let it be stretchy in that back. Coming back up and rotate and reach and round. Stretchy on this side. And then coming back to center. Good. Take your legs wider now. Good. And we'll come into a nice wide legs forward fold. So I'm just going to walk my hands out. My toes, knees, and hips are going to stay facing the ceiling. I'm just getting that nice inner thigh stretch here. 1 more time. You stretched them pretty good with that band a moment ago. We're going to do that a little bit different. Good. Now, walk this back up. Rotate towards the left. Walk out towards the left, but reach through the right side. Breathe and expand. And we'll come back up. Good. Rotate to the right. Walk out the right hand to reach through the left side, though. And then coming back up. Good. Now we're going to take this into open leg rocker now that our legs and everything are nice and prepped. So instead of seal where we were kind of rounded a little bit more, our legs are going to be longer now. If that's not for you, remember you can come back again and practice a boat. You can also, depending on where your grip is, just practice this nice balance being here without the rocker if that's what you need. But from here, if you're going to follow me with the rocker, traditionally hands are at the feet. I am a short person with short arms. I have to modify by grabbing at my shins. So you grip where you need to grip for your body. And here we go. I'm gonna rock back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Find the balance, find the balance, find the balance. Now, a little bit trickier balance because you bring the legs together. So now you're in a teaser balance, reach. Are your feet even here? Woo! And take that down. So my feet weren't even when I said that, so I reminded myself because I have a tendency to veer a little bit more to my left side, my stronger side, versus being in center where I want to be. So just kind of notice your habit patterns and correct as needed. Let's come to the side, So I'm going to start on my left side first, and there's different ways you can do this. It's going to be more challenging if you're up on the elbow. You can also be here, okay? You can also be here. There's kind of be where you need to be. Okay. Bottom leg can be long or it can be bent. Okay. So choose. I'm going to come nice and long. I'm in a nice long parallel line, shoulders and hips in alignment. Good. And then from here, let's do this a little bit differently today. So if your legs are long, this will not apply to you if you are with a bent lower leg. Good. I'm going to turn out both legs here. So I'm actually resting on my toes. So belly button is in. Good. And I'm going to lift, point, and take that down. Lift, point, and take it down. Lift, point, and take it down. Lift, point, and take it down. One more time. Lift, point, and take it down. Now from here, here's the circle. We'll go 1, 2, just 4 of these. 3, try not to let the hips rock. And 4, and reverse. 4, squeeze that glute. 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, I'm going to bend that top leg. I'm going to hover and point that bottom leg, inner thigh, 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending both knees. Good. From here, yep, I think we'll be lowered today. We're going to come into clamp. So you're going to keep the inner arches of the feet together and just open from here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. From here, grab the top shin, ankle, foot, or your pant. Press the hips forward. Take the knee and foot backwards. Little quad stretch here. And once you're ready, good. We're going to come onto our belly, onto the belly. We're just going to get a couple swans, and then we're going to go into swimming. So my legs are hip width apart. Good. Starting with my hands under the shoulders, taking them a little forward into the side. Good. Rolling the shoulders back, zipping up that front body. Inhale, find your baby swan, a medium swan or a high swan. Shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to lower down with purpose, bone by bone. Let's do that again. Big inhale, exhale. Find the swan that's appropriate for your body today. And then gently lower that back down, bone by bone. And we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Going into swimming, arms can come forward, palms can be down or facing each other. That's just a personal preference. But from here, zip up that front body. Good. I'm going to lift up the upper and the lower. And if just being here is enough of a challenge, then just stay there. Otherwise, opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm squeezing the glute. I'm squeezing the back of the shoulders as I lift. You can take this a little bit quicker, but you want to try to have that control. We don't want to rock side to side. Good. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that down, hands under the shoulders, press back, child pose. So that feels lovely. And from the child pose, we'll come up and we'll get that side series on the other side. Try to do the same thing with your arms and your legs on the side that you did on the other side, so you can train evenly. I'm going to come here. Good. I'm nice and long. Good. I'm going to come to my little V. Good. Make sure my little toe is not caught. Good. And then from here, good. I'm going to lift and lower. And lift and lower. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. From here, really zip up. Hips don't move. 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, when you're ready, we are going to bend that top leg to reach that bottom leg, going into the inner thigh 8 times. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. We'll bend the knees. We'll take this into clam. And here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend that knee, grab where you need to grab, take the hips forward, knee and foot back, find your quad stretch. And then when you're ready, good. We're gonna come back onto our backs again. We're gonna come back into a core exercise. So this is a reverse crunch, a reverse crunch. And so those of you that have had babies or lower abdominal surgery, this is gonna hit you right below the navel, okay? There are 2 ways you can do it. You're gonna roll your shoulders back. You want this nice base of support here. It's easier if you take your knees and have them bent. It's gonna be harder if the legs are longer. If your legs are longer, careful not to whip forward and back, because that's not what we're doing. You're trying to take it straight up and straight back down, okay? So from here, when we're ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we can do 10. Here's 9 and 10. Woo. Take those knees in, rock, 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 side to side. Let's take one more little twist. We won't hold these very long. They just feel good. And then maybe one leg at a time to the other side. And then come back up. From here, in the way that's best for you, come on to your belly. And we're gonna make our way to a plank, And we're gonna take this into a forearm plank to a dolphin, a forearm plank to a dolphin. So your knees can be down or you can be lifted. Find your forearm plank. Good. Shoulders are over behind the elbows. Good. Belly button is in. Good. Let's take it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the feet up. Find the dolphin. Shoulders away from the ears. Maybe you want to lift a leg in the dolphin. Good. And then from here, walk that back down. Find the forearm plank. You can stay here or lift even from here. Try not to let the hips dip from side to side as you do the lift. Good. We'll drop the knees. Find a child's pose. Once you're ready, we're going to walk back up. I'm going to bring my blanket back in here. We're going to go into some lunges and a shoulder stretch. So from here, good. I'm going to start by taking my right leg forward. I want it really forward so that when I come into this lunge, that heel stays grounded and my knee is over behind the ankle. Good. So I'm going to come in here. I'm getting a nice hip flexor stretch through there. Good. Now from here, I'm going to take my left arm forward. Right arm's going to come underneath. I'm going to get a shoulder stretch here. Breathing. Good. And then once you're ready, good, we'll release. We'll back off. We will take that to the other side. Left foot comes way forward, way forward. And when you're ready, just kind of sink in. And once you're stable, right arm will come across, left arm will come underneath. Let's find your stretch. And then carefully release and back off. Good. Come back to a seat. Maybe sitting on a blanket, maybe not. We're just going to finish with a real quick side bend here. So from here, sitting in the comfortable way for you, big inhale and reach. Exhale, side bend towards the left. Reaching, really taking that rib cage up if you can. Nice long top arm. And then coming back up, and we'll take that to the other side. Reaching up, really taking that rib cage out. Nice long top arm. And coming back to center. Thank you so much for practicing Pilates mat work with me this morning. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I hope to see you again. Thank you so much.